Welcome back to this week's podcast. I'm Kate.
I'm Jake.
And this week we're joined by our very special guest, our friend Carla Andrushadi.
Hey guys.
So first guest ever on the pod.
Mm-hmm.
How
do
does
you
it
feel?
feel?
I'm honoured. I really am honoured. I feel
Good.
like a very special VIP person.
Well, the reason we picked Carla is because this episode is going to be a little bit different. It's just all about online relationships.
And Carla is the queen of online relationships.
She has a lot of experience. She's always on Tinder.
Excuse me, no. No, we're not just talking about like boyfriend-girlfriend
She is
relations.
the queen
No.
of Tinder.
No, that's true.
Friendships as well
Yeah.
come from online things. I think
From
I
Tinder.
from other social aspects as well. And I think I have a good experience in both relationships with a partner and a friendship too, that have came both from online stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not just romantic relationships. We're talking about friendships. We're talking about all sorts and sizes of online relationships.
Yeah, so...
And it's interesting because, Kate, you have zero experience.
Yeah, I was just going to say
Oh,
that, but you
okay.
keep interrupting
Actually,
me
that's
every time.
That's what we learned last week when we were editing, is I interrupt Kate all the time. Like so
better
much.
He
He's
does it in
actually-
real life as well. Like, it's not just on this. I can
Jake's
never
just
get a
being
word in.
His true self. This is really Jake.
But yeah, I've never had any like friendships or relationships come out of like online, like social media and stuff. So when I met Carla and Jake, it was weird to me that they had like met friends and lovers online. Like I had an experience on Tinder. And, like, I talked to a few guys and stuff, but it was never...
It never turned into real life, did it? It was just always texting.
I feel like I've had so much experience then on Tinder.
Yeah, like, I never went on dates or anything. Like, there was one time, like, I was texting this guy on Tinder for, like, a year. Like, but we weren't texting on Tinder. Like, we matched on Tinder. And, like, we added each other on, like, Snapchat and stuff. Never Facebook. That's kind of weird. Like, never
Yeah.
talked to Messenger. But it was always Snapchat.
Yeah.
And then we stopped talking. And, like, we talked for a good few months. And then one night I, like, came out of Dicey's and I was in McDonald's and I saw him out.
This is going.
And, like, I saw him outside and I was like, hi. And he didn't know who I was.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Does that mean you're catfish?
Yeah, you must have. What pictures were you using if he didn't recognise you?
I look the same. Actually, I don't look the same because
No one looks
one
the
of my work colleagues, like, followed me on Instagram and he's like, do you really look like that when you're done up? I was like,
I think it's
Yeah.
safe to say we all put our best pictures up on our profiles, especially on Tinder.
Yeah.
You're putting your best
Yeah.
self out there.
you want matches, you don't not
Well,
want
yeah,
them.
you want to put your best self out there, I guess.
Okay, so who wants to go first? We let Carla
yeah,
go first because
You're our
she's the guest.
Okay.
Tell us.
Well, my first ever experience with an online relationship was back when I was doing my junior cert. So
How
a
long ago was
long
that?
time ago. Back in, when did I do my junior cert?
2013.
Around
So
20.
like 6 years ago.
6 years.
Good 6 years ago. I was
Wow.
I had a Twitter account and I was a massive fan of an Australian like jokester.
Janoskians.
Yeah, the Janoskians. Like they were Australian jokesters, and I was mad
Goosters.
into Twitter. Like I kept tweeting about them. I was always following like other accounts that were similar to me, like little fangirl accounts. And I came across one account and they were an Irish fan as well. So we just kind of started texting or whatever, like both interested in the Janoskians. Like, oh my God, you're an Irish fan. And then we discovered we both lived in Dublin. And this is Avian, by the way. She's now my best friend. 6 years later, she's like my sister. And we were only 16 or whatever it was, maybe younger, again 15, 16. And I just remember that we used to, the first time we ever like seen each other in person was on Skype, because we said, okay, we'll Skype one another just to kind of break
This really
the ice.
is online.
Yeah, to break the ice. And I remember being so nervous.
Really?
Like, yeah, I was shitting it. Like,
In
I
case
was,
she wasn't who she said
no, but
she
it's
was.
just like you're
Big 40-year-old fella.
but not even that. Like, I was so young back then, and I didn't know myself, and I wasn't you know what I mean, like you're meeting someone new for the first time, and it's a completely different situation than when you just go meet people through drama club or whatever it is. And remember Skyping in my room, and I didn't tell my mum because my mum wouldn't get the idea of like meeting people online until obviously I had the experience with Avian. But then I remember a couple of weeks later, me and Avian said, it was coming up to Easter break before our actual junior cert, and we said, okay, we'll meet up with each other because why not? Like, we're both Irish fans, we obviously have similar interests, we've been back and forth like chatting away. And I said it to my mum, and she was like, well, I'm coming with you. I was like, well, yeah, Avian said her mum is coming too. So
what was that like?
Yeah. So,
I've never heard this story.
Yeah. So
I have.
Off we go. We said we'll meet at Starbucks on Grafton Street, where BT2 used to be. It's now Another Stories on Grafton Street. And I remember I walked up and I seen Avian, but she'd brought her friend along. And I got so annoyed. I was like, this isn't fair. I was like, she has support behind her. I'm showing up little vulnerable me with my mom.
Ganging up on you.
Yeah. So I just remember our moms being like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, or whatever. Me and Avian, little awkward little shits, like, oh, hello. And we went in or whatever. Our moms went off. My mom went shopping, her mom went whatever. And we sat up in Starbucks and we sat for hours. And like, we just clicked as friends straight away.
You, Avian, and her other friend.
And her other friend, Abby. Yeah, actually, I still talk to Abby now. Like, recently she took part in our documentary that we filmed. And like, I still keep in contact with people that I've met through Avian years ago.
Is she the one with the house?
Yeah, the little
pod?
house.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Abby. So like, Abby I know as long as Avian at this stage.
Yeah.
So I've met people through Avian, and it's all came from Twitter.
Yeah, and you and Avian do everything together now. Concerts, holidays.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
And
and
like, even we know Avian now.
yeah, I've introduced her to literally all my friends, even though she lives on the other side of Dublin, which is kind of annoying. 2 buses or someone has to drive us across the M50.
But that's interesting because, it might be the other side of Dublin, but it's in the same county as you. And like,
that's why we wanted to meet up so badly.
But there's probably no other way you would have met.
No.
He's nowhere near the same circle of friends or go to the same things.
I mean,
so
maybe
that's interesting.
Maybe at a gig or something, but it wouldn't have been, I don't think, as clicky. Like, we literally clicked straight away because we had the option to click. But at a gig, you just meet people. You're like, oh, see ya, and you never see them again.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, that's the whole reason we wanted to talk about this, because it's like a whole new like way of meeting people,
Oh,
not just romantically,
is.
but friends,
yeah.
and it would never have happened in a generation before ours, like, or
And
not in this way anyway.
I'm so grateful for it as well, because there's so many bad things that come out of social media, and like, I'm so glad that I can stand up and say I actually had a really positive experience.
There are some positives.
Yeah, there really is. Like, whether it be keeping in contact with family across the world or meeting your best friend on it.
Yeah.
So it is it's crazy how that situation started. And on the other aspect of it, I did have a relationship from an online experience as well.
Before we'll go on to that in a minute.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's stick with the friendships first.
Yeah,
before
so
we
like
get romantic.
yourself as well, like you.
Yeah, so
someone.
one of my best friends now, I know, and I just met him on PlayStation, which is, I think, even weirder than Twitter, maybe.
Because you don't see each other, you're just talking to one another.
They're in a party. I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, so when you're playing PlayStation, there's a thing called a party, if you don't know, and you go in and you can voice chat with people and stuff. But basically, what had happened was I was playing like Call of Duty or something, shooting game, and some fella heard me speaking. I was probably talking shite or something to people in my game, whatever, and someone heard me speaking. He's like, oh, are you from Dublin? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, me too. Talked to him for a bit. He was like, oh, I speak to this group of people like online or on PlayStation. Do you want to join the party? Like, I joined. One of them invited Cormac, my friend, that I met, and basically from start, as soon as he joined, I hated him. I thought he was such a dick. Like, he was so like arrogant that he's just coming in like slagging everyone. And,
Yeah,
like,
how dare he say that I can't open the podcast the way I want to open it?
No, but I just remember.
Yeah, Cormac, I'm calling out to
No, he said it about me as well. He said he didn't like the way I
Just
did it.
hated one another.
But basically, when he came in, it was only one girl from the party who liked him, and everyone else just thought he was such a dickhead. We were like, get this fool out of here. We don't want to talk to him. And I don't actually know what changed, but somewhere along the way, we just started getting on really, really well. And then one day he was like, him and his other friend from Galway. He lives in Galway. I haven't mentioned that, but he lives in Galway. Him and his other friend from Galway were saying, oh, we're going to a Falls concert in Dublin. And he was like, you should come as well. And I was like, okay. And then that was like, they came up to my house, first time ever. They got the bus like up. I think I picked them up somewhere. I think at the train station, someone
Picked
picked
along
them
the
up.
line somewhere.
And they just stayed in my house, and we just went to a concert and all. And now, I don't know when that was. That was probably around the same time, actually.
As me?
Yeah, because
Really?
PlayStation 4 came out like 2013.
You are a couple of years older than me as well, so
Yeah, I was in like college at this stage, but I think maybe 2013, 2014
yeah.
was when I think it happened. And then still talk to him now. Still go and see him every now and again.
Yeah.
He comes up here.
And even me and Kate know him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And he would be talking to like our other friends in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, like him and Matthew always
Yeah,
talk
like,
on.
yeah. He
And
knows-
Connor as well, yeah.
He knows all my friends, and
Yeah.
apparently all his friends down there know me because he never shuts up about me.
Yeah.
So
Like-
so they say.
This is so weird because, like, obviously, like, Jake, you're one of my best friends, and Carla's one of mine, and, like, I don't know I haven't met anyone online,
Yeah.
but then I know the people that you've met online, so
Yeah.
I feel like I have, like, a little in.
You're
on
one
meeting people.
step removed.
Yeah. I've just met them in person. I don't know, I feel like because I was never, like, exposed to people, like, meeting online, like, growing up, I always met them in person.
Yeah.
That I never thought, like,
We were just the longer
Yeah.
kids that just
Yeah, I
stayed.
was always playing PlayStation.
well, like,
Yeah.
I had, like, a fangirl account on Twitter as well,
Yeah.
but, like,
I remember even having meetups with girls on Twitter. Like
Really?
a massive bunch of Irish Janoskian fans would meet in Stephen's Green.
Wow.
And
I
we'd just
remember
go
that,
have
yeah.
lunch together. It was just an Irish Janoskianator meetup. As stupid as that sounds.
But
It was the best thing
yeah.
ever as a 16-year-old.
It sounds weird, but I think it's becoming more and more normal, just meeting people
definitely.
yeah.
through unusual ways, traditionally anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
mean-
what a great way to, like, make friends.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's because, like, it's the same thing. Me and Cormac got on because we had similar interests.
Yeah.
Same with you and
Me and
Avian.
Avian, yeah.
It was true that it's the same way as meeting anyone,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
You get on because you have the same interests.
It's probably even easier because if you're meeting people in person,
You have to ask and get to
Yeah.
know them. But
yeah, like
but
you might never have
yeah.
similar interests at all with them. It's like meeting people through school versus college.
then with you and Avian, you knew the Janoskians. You had that talking
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew straight away.
Yeah.
But even now, like, you still have the same interests.
Oh yeah, yeah. We literally, it's scary how much we still are so similar. Like it's kind of the same person sometimes. It's scary.
I'm yet to find my best friend online.
we have two best friends from online. Kate has 0.
Yeah.
I have you guys.
Yeah, but from online, I mean.
Oh God, cake. Kate and Jake. Go cake.
All right. Do you want to move on to romantic stories?
Okay.
Okay, this I can get into.
Okay. Do you want to start us off then?
Right, so let's move on to Tinder. So
Not just
obviously,
Tinder,
Plenty of
anyway.
fish.
well, Annie, plenty of fish. That's for the older generation.
Actually, there I've heard some PlayStation romantic stories as well.
have you
It,
actually?
it happens on PlayStation as
Well,
well.
I can tell you. Yeah, I can go into that as well. I know a couple that met on a gaming site.
Yeah, it happens. It happens anywhere really.
Yeah.
This is crazy. But like,
It's still boy and girl. Still boy meets girl.
Girl meets
still
girl.
boy
Boy meets
meets
boy.
boy. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it's 2019.
pan meets pan. I don't know.
Go on anyway. Apart from that story you told us, what other experience do you have online dating?
There's one, but I don't want to say it.
Okay, you have
Why?
to bring it up now. You
Why?
can't say that.
Okay,
Why?
well,
Because he might hear it.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, let's maybe skip that then.
Like, I won't name. people. Okay,
don't
I'll
worry,
just
Jerry.
say. 'cause
Well,
it
everyone who
happens-
listens to this podcast will know you're talking about that, so maybe don't say it.
Yeah, let's just not go there, Kate.
No, but like this has happened to me like a few times.
Alright, so one of the other times was what?
Getting to know
No,
Kate.
no, do you know what? I'm not even gonna do it. Like, it's not worth it. My mom's gonna listen to this as well.
Alright.
Yeah. So like, obviously, I've had like a few love interests on Tinder.
You sound like such a granny.
Oh yeah.
Someone who doesn't know how
interest.
to use technology.
I have a few love interests.
A few right swipes.
Well, like, you know, I've talked to like a few boys in my time on Tinder, but we never actually stayed on Tinder.
I know, yeah. You don't.
It was always you move on to like another social media.
You're always scared to open your Tinder app when you're out and about. You'd rather just open your WhatsApp or something.
No.
Are you?
Yeah.
I used to
Are you
have mine
joking?
out all the time, like in school
Oh,
and stuff. I
no.
used to swipe.
I like turn my brightness down and all. I'm taking the Tinder
That's
off.
actually, you know what's interesting? Now that you mentioned it, you had that in school. That didn't even
Yeah.
exist when I
Yeah.
was in school.
It's so funny when you see people in school and you're like, oh, well, I swipe right.
Like
But I didn't even know Tinder existed,
No.
or it didn't exist till after I was in college and stuff.
I was in I think I was in 6th year when it came out.
Yeah, I was as well.
And I remember texting my best friend Leah at the time and being like, oh my god, I just downloaded Tinder, like you should get it too. And she got it or whatever, and we were swiping, and I felt so confident
Yeah.
in myself. I
It
was
was
like, look at all
addictive as
these
well.
matches I'm getting. And like I was texting boys and I was like, oh my god, they like me. They
It was
matched
a major
with me.
confidence boost, in fairness.
It
Not
was,
for
but
me.
like,
No one ever swiped me. No one ever matched with me.
Oh,
So.
gee.
yes they did. What are you talking
Hey.
about?
I'm joking. I'm just
You
kidding.
big sad
kidding.
story
Kidding.
over there.
Go on, Carla. Anyway, you have more experience than all of us.
Yeah. God, I don't know
Where
how
do
to
we
be proud of
start?
that. Oh, jeez.
Well, we don't need to go to every single one, but
Well, I don't want to say I can't remember them, but no, I don't want
There's
to
just
come
been so
across
many.
like
remember
that.
all of them.
There's just
in the
been
last
so
3
many.
years.
There's been a lot of dates. And the past 3 years, yeah, I've been in college. I've went on a lot of Tinder dates. I don't know. I didn't even look at them in like, oh my god, this could potentially lead to something more. It was more like, oh, I'm meeting someone that I find attractive. They find me attractive, so let's just see where it goes, kind of thing. A few fellas did break my heart. Not break my heart, but they did let me down because they'd say one thing and do another. So I think that's the kind of scary side.
I
and
think
the
that is
negative.
the risk with Tinder.
Yeah.
It definitely is. It really is. Like you really don't know what people's motive is when they're on Tinder,
Yeah.
and that can get like in on yourself a little bit. But I had a really positive experience as well. I met a guy on it, and we were in a relationship for I want to say like 6 months or something. We were dating and then together.
And is that your longest relationship?
Yeah.
And that was all from Tinder?
Yeah. So he was from the Netherlands, and
Deutschland.
he was living in Dublin, so that's how we met. Don't worry, I didn't put my postal code on. I didn't start swiping in the Netherlands. I'm not that sad.
Well,
I know you can do that as an option, but no, we met here, and yeah. Then again, like I was going on a date with him. Actually, Avian came with me for the first time I ever met him. It was really random. Like we weren't planning to meet one another. It's just he happened to be around the same area in town that I was. So we were like, oh, let's just meet up or whatever. But yeah, that turned out really positive. But the negative side of it was a long distance, because he ended up going home back to Holland, and we had to do long distance for majority of our relationship, which did put a strain and maybe led to our breakup, which is.
Long distance is always hard, though.
Yeah.
Even like same country, long distance is hard. So
yeah.
especially in a different country.
I mean, we're not putting the breakup down to the long distance, but I guess with it, yeah, it was hard.
you know,
But-
things change and people change, and
Yeah.
we still love you, Mars Bar. If you listen to
Marjorie, as Avon used to call him. But no, yeah, I mean that was my Tinder experience. Like, it was really positive, and it was my first relationship, and it was really a positive experience. And I did not think, like, when I tell people, when they ask where'd you meet him and all, and I'd say Tinder, they're like, oh my god, no way. Like, people are honestly shocked when they hear that you actually met someone online that is genuine, because
Yeah.
I've came across so many guys that just aren't genuine, and it becomes like a vicious cycle of like just going through all these guys, and you just lose trust and like confidence in yourself when
Yeah.
it comes to Tinder.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can proudly say I had a positive experience on it after the negative experience.
But like with boys, like it's such a thing now to like be a player and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like on Tinder is like the perfect place to be like that, because they don't. Oh shit! I just said that. So like they don't see you.
Yeah.
That's why you
So
like
they
me in the
can-
first
that's
place, wasn't
like
it?
that's like a double identity kind of Tinder.
Oh, yeah. But it's so funny because the
Because they can
amount of,
hide behind that.
yeah, but
that's
the
why-
amount of guys that I've like met on Tinder, I would see them in the likes of Whelan's or something like that, and you'd look at one another and you'd know each other from
Yeah.
Tinder, but you'd never in a million years like say hi to one another,
Yeah.
because they pretend that you don't know that they don't know you, or vice versa sometimes. But it's so awkward as well when you do bump into people, because Dublin is so tiny, and I always see people floating about that either now off Instagram or Tinder in that case, and like it's you can't get away from them either.
Yeah, I think a lot of people assume that online relationships, Tinder relationships, are real shallow, or like that there's only one motive and it's to bang
Sleep
it
with
out.
someone,
So yeah, I think it's interesting that you found something substantial, like an actual serious connection.
It was funny, like, because I did not think that I'd be the one that got a relationship out of Tinder, to be honest.
And now life after the Tinder, what's it like going forward? More online relationships or what?
I don't know. I mean, I'm back on Tinder. I've done a full circle. But I'm not back to find another boyfriend. Like, I'm literally
just to meet some friends.
No, just to see, like,
just to go find a quick fuck.
No.
Kate Forrester.
Is that your motive, Kate, when you were
no,
on
my
Tinder?
mom is gonna listen to this.
Yeah, your mom is gonna listen.
Okay.
No, but you know, she's just trying to find like a a brief fling.
No, I'm not even. I'm really not. I don't know why I'm back on it. I just kind of like, I'm on
just
it.
Curiosity.
Yeah,
or
curious.
To see what the boys are like.
Exactly. What did I miss in the past
What's
6
on the
months?
market?
Yeah, but I don't want to be like malicious in any way against the ex or anything like that, saying, I'm back on Tinder and stuff like that.
Nah, it's not like that.
No, it's I'm not even taking it serious or anything. I'm just kind of, heartbreak is a hard thing, and you're trying to find different ways to get over it, and this is one, I think, for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, this was a proper heartbreak, and back on Tinder might be the solution to get over it. It might not be, but at least it's something.
Might
At
lead
least
you
there's
back to
plenty of fish.
Yeah, I can always
In
go
the
back to
sea.
OK Cupid or something. Plenty of fish in the sea. Jesus.
Or what's that one? What's that?
Badoo.
No, what's that one website where it links you up with like married couples? Like looking for fellas looking to cheat on their wives and shit.
What?
What's that site called?
No.
Oh, what is that site called? It's damn. Do you not know that?
No.
You've never heard of that?
Jake.
This exists. I swear
How
to
do
God.
you know that?
It's been in movies and everything.
Okay. Jake's just making
I'm gonna look it up.
I know.
I'm gonna look it up.
Jake, Kate, watch your back.
He would never cheat on me.
But that's what attracted you to me in the first place, wasn't it? That I was like a player and stuff. Okay, you don't need to laugh that hard.
Jesus, Jake.
It's not that funny.
But your
that's
face, you're so
funny.
serious about it. You're like, yeah, that's what you love me. Because I was so hard to get at the beginning of the
No,
relationship.
Jake tried to make out like he was a player, and I was like, I wasn't buying it at all. I was like, no
But Jake-
way.
Well, it worked. So,
But Jake, like, how was your Tinder experience with it all? Like, because you obviously were single. You're older than us, so you were single for
more
a
or
while
less,
before us.
While.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? He was 18 before we were 18.
Yeah, he had a first proper relationship before we had a first proper relationship.
Yeah, well, for me, Tinder, I don't know. It never led to I never met up with anyone. You know, I never went on a date with anyone from Tinder.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, there was a couple of times where I almost did. It just never kind of happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never met anyone romantically from online in any way. I was always more traditional. Just
I actually remember first year of college and swiping away on Tinder as I do, and you came up on it, and I was like, oh my god, he's in my course. And it was before like we were obviously
even knew each other.
Yeah, we were obviously friends or whatever, and I remember not swiping right on you because I was like, I don't want to make it awkward in case he thinks that I'm into him, and then you just go to this like awkward stage of being like, oh, what's her story, even before you knew
I
me as a
remember
friend.
that the first few weeks of college, Matthew screenshotted my Tinder and like sent it to me on Facebook. He's like, look what I found. I was like,
Jeez, that's such a matchy thing to do.
Ashley Madison.
huh?
That's the site.
Ashley, is it like a...
And their tagline is "Experienced a hot married man." Experience a hot married man.
That's so like
Sick.
unhealthy to have that
Have
out
an
there.
affair with a married man.
No.
Anyways,
No thanks.
back to Tinder.
Thank you, next.
The most Tinder ever led to for me was just nudes. Just getting
Jake! Your mom's gonna listen to this.
But she obviously knows he's gotten a few nudes or
nudes.
whatever.
I'm sure I've shown them to her.
No, you haven't. You stop.
Obviously not. No.
Oh my god.
No,
poor
but, like,
Anita.
It's like you said, it never stays on Tinder. It always goes to like Snapchat.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. Tinder, like they're like, hey, they don't even say, hey, how are you? My Snapchat is blank. Like when they send you their Snapchat, or like
that's how
send a
you
dick pic and stuff like
that's
that.
how you know someone's been on Tinder a while, because they're not even asked with the normal shit like, hey, what's up? They're just like, oh, here's my Snapchat.
Small chat.
They're just calling from every chat.
Yeah,
Snapchat,
the amount
Snapchat,
of
Snapchat.
messages I used to have with just like people's usernames, I was like, I don't
like
care. I don't want that.
People's bios just being add me on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Like no.
And then a little
aubergine.
eggplant.
Yeah.
You have to use your time efficiently on Tinder. They don't have time to be spending it on one girl.
I know. I yeah. Thankfully, I've never really come across that many dick pics. Do you remember you used to be able to send pictures on Tinder?
Were you?
Yeah,
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Which now, Carly, you're more experienced than we are.
Well, I just want to say to people that might be swiping away on Tinder as they're listening to us right now,
It's Carla and Shetty.
She has her phone out in the studio.
Come across me, swipe right. No, just don't take it too seriously. And
Just
if
for
you're
fun.
if you're really looking for a relationship, I wouldn't put your heart and soul into Tinder. I mean, it worked for me, but I really had an open mind going in. I was not being like, oh my god, I'm gonna find a boyfriend out of this.
And that wasn't like it happened straight away.
No,
it was
definitely not. No,
Took a few years.
it took a few heartbreaks of dates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
to
I'd
go
say
through a few men.
if you're talking to a guy, just meet up with him, because I hate this back and forth small chat, and that's the main reason why I went on a lot of dates, because I hate chatting on texting. Like, it's so much better just to go out and actually speak to people, because you know straight away how
What they're
the
gonna be
vibe
like,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, like you really can't get the vibe of someone through like Snapchat or whatever or Tinder or whatever you lead on to. So yeah, just meet people and be safe.
So even though you have like real experience with like, you know, relationship from online dating and a best friend from online, you still think in real life physical interaction is the way forward?
Yeah, I do think like it is healthy to meet people online, and it's not a taboo really topic anymore. Like, so what if you met someone online? But I do feel like I wouldn't rely on it. Really would not rely on it either, because humans are meant to interact with one another, and it's not, we didn't have phones back in
It's
the
a good
Stone
starting
Age.
point.
It is, it's a really good starting point to boost your confidence if you're lacking in any of that stuff.
And to find like similar interests and stuff.
Yeah. It is positive, but it is a lot of negative to it as well.
You got to get real.
You need
in
to be
person.
safe. You need to be
That's
so
where all the
safe.
best stuff happens anyway, in person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah,
Well,
just
thanks for being on our podcast.
thanks for having me. I'm so happy that
The
you asked
first
me.
guest.
Yeah,
I'm
honoured.
sure you'll be on it again.
You probably will hear my little voice coming back in and out.
How was it?
Good.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening. Do you want to close us out?
Yeah, so thank you for listening to this. So we are now on iTunes, so give us a rating, leave a review, and we'll still upload every Thursday. Sorry,
And
my voice
if you
just
leave us a review, we'll give you a little shout out on next week's pod.
Ooh.
Also, we have a YouTube channel, Getting Comfortable. Not a lot of people know that. Check that out. And also, we're 4 episodes into the podcast now, which means we've done a month so far of podcasting, pretty much. And
Well
we
done
just
us.
want to hear what you guys think, people who listen. What do you want to hear us talk about? Do you have any suggestions? What do you not like? What do you like? Let us know. Comment, and we're obviously going to see all the comments. So yeah, but leave a rating. Hope you enjoyed. See you
Oh,
again.
we're on Instagram and Twitter as well. Get Comfy Pod. We forgot to put that in. But thank you. See you next Thursday. Thanks for listening. Bye.